SummerSlam poster revealed, Vikings news, Minnesota Wild and Minnesota Timberwolves advance in the playoffs, Roman Reigns is full-time, and so much more. Welcome to a Latte's Vision episode number 14. Let's get into it. SummerSlam is coming to the great state of Minnesota on Saturday and Sunday, August 1st and 2nd, and they have officially revealed the poster featuring Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Trick Williams, Seth Rollins, Liv Morgan, Oba Femi, Becky Lynch, CM Punk, Rhea Ripley, and Penta. Now, I am very excited to see all of these superstars. However, there is one person that I think is missing. That person being Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton not only is your champion, your Women's United States champion. I know you don't care about that title, but she's still a champion. She's a main eventer, but maybe craziest of all, she's from Minnesota, and she's a huge Vikings fan. She visited the TCO Performance Center and got to meet Kevin O'Connell, get a Vikings belt, and yeah, how is she not on that poster? I mean, it's not really a big deal. I'm just a little confused. I can't wait for SummerSlam, though. I have officially gotten tickets to SummerSlam. I can't wait. Both me and my girlfriend will be going. It is going to be absolutely incredible. Let's talk a little bit about Kevin O'Connell's draft class. Well, I mean, it wasn't just him. It's Brzezinski, Flores, whatever. I really loved this draft class. However, I'm not going to go too deep into it because I made an entire video on it a couple days ago. If I had to pick a favorite pick out of all of these, though, I'm going with Caleb Banks. He is an absolute menace. He is a specimen. He has the biggest wingspan in NFL Combine history, by the way. Ran a 5-second 40-yard dash at 327 pounds. Not much more needs to be said. He is an absolute stud and definitely my favorite pick because he could be an absolute wrecking force on this defense. Next, the Minnesota Vikings have officially exercised Jordan Addison's fifth-year option, keeping him under contract until the end of the 2027 NFL season. We know Jordan Addison has a history of crimes, not like horrible crimes, but definitely some concerning things. I think in order for Jordan Addison to get a fat contract next year, let's get paid. In order for that to happen, he needs to have this entire year of no bad scandals or anything like that, and then maybe he'll get an extension or a new contract, whatever. I love Jordan Addison, though. Best wide receiver duo in the league, JJ and Jordan Addison. I'm so glad that we're keeping these two together for another season. Speaking of wide receivers, free agent wide receiver Jauan Jennings is visiting with the Vikings. It was a 2-day visit on both Tuesday and Wednesday. He left Minnesota without a contract, but I really like the chance of having Jauan Jennings in Minnesota. I was kind of hoping for a Stephon Diggs reunion, not gonna lie, just because he used to be my favorite player. But I would really like Jauan Jennings as a really good third wide receiver. The Minnesota Wild defeated the Dallas Stars 5-2 on Thursday, advancing to the next round of the NHL playoffs. The state of hockey is on fire. Really hoping the best for the Wild. I hope they go all the way. And the Minnesota Timberwolves defeated the Denver Nuggets. Also advancing to the next round to take on the San Antonio Spurs. By the way, beat the Nuggets without Anthony Edwards for like half the games. I mean, our team was getting hospitalized, and we still beat the Nuggets. I'm just saying. Best of luck to both the Wild and the Timberwolves, though. Nice bald head, Rudy Gobert. The OTC My tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is being advertised for the next 8, yes, you heard me right, 8 episodes of Monday Night Raw. 2 months of full-time Roman Reigns. Oh, baby, it is going to be so good. I'm so glad to see Roman Reigns full-time. That's when he's at his best, and whenever he's there, he just makes the show feel 10 times bigger. WWE releases this week were pretty crazy. Also not going to dive too deep into these because I, again, made an entire video on that. The biggest and most controversial one being Kairi Sane in the midst of a storyline with 2 legendary main eventers in the women's division, in all of wrestling in general, honestly. Had a huge amount of momentum. The storyline had been building up for like 4 months, and they just dropped it. She was literally the entire reason why Io and Asuka are feuding, so now their match at Backlash is just completely pointless. The entire movement of hashtag We Want Kairi has started, similar to We Want Cody, We Want Truth, We Want Cross. 2 of those were successful. Unfortunately, We Want Cross was not. At least not yet. I still support We Want Cross though, but hopefully this movement actually leads to Kairi getting re-signed to the WWE. They reportedly said that, get a load of this, they said that the reason they cut these people was because they're old. They're trying to make the roster younger. And you know, that would be okay. That would be justifiable. I don't know that you have to release good talent like this, but, you know, not saying that others are bad. I'm just saying, but if the reason, if that's why you're firing them, why aren't you firing R-Truth again? Why aren't you firing CM Punk? Why aren't you firing LA Knight? Why aren't you firing the Bella Twins? Why aren't you firing Rey Mysterio, The Miz, Sheamus, Randy Orton? This isn't me saying that I want them to be fired. It's just their logic doesn't hold up. This reason is obviously just a big cover-up. It's a big hoax. Fake news. It's just so stupid. Just bring back Kairi Sane. Bring back the Wyatt Six. It's so ridiculous. And WWE just seemed that they can't stop lying. Maybe if Kairi Sane returns, they'll be like, it was all part of the show. You enjoying the show? And then they'll make it a whole unreal thing about it, just like they did with R-Truth. Cody Rhodes revealed that after WrestleMania 42, he wanted to show up on Raw and SmackDown wearing an eye patch, turning his injury into part of his character. However, Triple H immediately shut the idea down. Why? That would have been sick. He would have looked like a pirate. Why? Literally, why not? What's the point of not doing it? Why? What's wrong with it? Does he think it ruins Cody's character? I really don't understand. La Primera, Stephanie Velcro, is expected to be sidelined with a injury for the foreseeable future with no official timetable. There are rumblings of at least 6 weeks, but there's a possibility of it being longer than that. Pause. There is hope that she can return in time for SummerSlam. I really hope that this injury isn't too bad because Stephanie is, amazing. One of the best pro wrestlers on the planet, especially in women's wrestling. And I would like to see her feud continue with Liv Morgan, where they get time for an actually proper match that isn't 7 minutes long. But I hope Stephanie gets well soon. Another absence coming up in the WWE, this one not due to injury though, thankfully. AJ Lee, she has reportedly wrapped up, quote unquote, wrapped up her current run with the company and is not scheduled for anything in the near future. And there's a belief that it could be a while before she returns to action. Likely, probably SummerSlam season, hopefully. And I hope when she does come back, she's in the main event scene, because I want to see AJ Lee possibly win a world title. She did great things with the Intercontinental title, don't get me wrong. I just want to see her do even bigger things because she absolutely deserves it. WWE is starting to use AI in their storylines and booking. Now, I see a lot of people flipping out about this, and justifiably so. However, I think this can be actually a good thing as long as it is used right. If WWE is using it to book literally everything, booking weekly TV and stuff like that, obviously that is horrible. They're using it to book the main event of WrestleMania. Nada! But if they are just simply using it to get ideas when they are lost with something, like the Women's United States Championship, I think Bruce Pritchard would have, or friggin' Road Dogg would have really liked that when he didn't know what to do with Chelsea Green. If they're using it for things like that when they are lost with something to give them ideas, that's good. That would help the situation of things like the Women's United States Championship. They need to be very careful with using AI for storylines. There has reportedly been an angle pitched for Stephen A. Smith to get involved this summer in WWE. Now, see, this is the issue with AI. If you have AI, they're going to book stuff like this. So, again, that's why you don't let them book everything. You do the booking, you just get ideas from AI. Something like this would be absolutely horrible. I mean, the dude is like 60. He can't get physical. Like, I don't know what the point would be. Please do not recreate the Pat McAfee situation. And speaking of the AI thing, I got a question for you. Would you rather see AI get involved in storytelling or TKO get involved in storytelling? I would honestly rather see AI. Before we preview SmackDown is reportedly returning to 2 hours in a few weeks, being late June to early July. They need to make up their mind with this. You can't just keep switching back and forth because it's going to mess with the depth on the roster. If you have a 3-hour show, you're going to need more talent. So, like, just make up your mind, dude. I like 3-hour SmackDown. It started towards the end of it. It started feeling like they just do a bunch of recaps, which was the issue the first time. The first few episodes of SmackDown, though, it was really good, and they were using it properly, but that went away. But let's preview tonight's SmackDown. Cody Rhodes that kicks off SmackDown. Ew. The absolute Ricky Saints makes his main roster debut. I am actually extremely excited for this. This might be the thing that I'm most excited for. I love Ricky Saints so much, especially as a heel. He's so funny and so good. Charlotte Flair versus JC Jane. This match is going to be awesome. Blake Monroe, the Glamour, is coming to SmackDown, which I am also very excited for. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton, and Randy Orton are all advertised. It sounds like this episode's kind of going to be jam-packed. Hopefully, like, jam-packed with amazing talent. Hopefully they use it right. I am very excited for tonight's SmackDown. But that is going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on any of this. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And